How we going? Um, Conan Exiles, Age of War. Now, talk about the armor in a minute, and I'll talk about the tent in a minute. But first off the bat, is it good or bad? In my opinion, it's very. It's not worth it. It hasn't fixed anything. The update has not corrected any of the issues and all that. So, like, if you go inside a building, do whatever you're gonna do. You go in, grab something to eat, come back outside. You'll get black rocks and buildings will be black and shit like that. So, I just thought I'd mention that. Now, the armor I was talking about yesterday, on the male characters, it doesn't seem too bad. Now, I thought hiding the HUD would fix that, but it doesn't. If we look here down the line, the outside armors are other armors. I've just chosen the Holy Communion armors. The inside armors are the one that's in the store right now. So if I go here, that is incorrect. This one here. Now it's got a big bug with it, and it's frustratingly annoying. But for $12, it's actually just short of $13. Get a couple of cents back from $13. My region. First off the bat, you cannot re-roll the store to pit. Like, I am not spending $16 for the Pictish gear. I spent $12 on this one and it's broken. It's incorrect. It's got a bug. I'm not spending $16 on the shaman one. It's a poo-poo one. It's rubbish. All you get is the pike, the armor, and a wolf skin. Ooh, don't care. Not for $16. Half that maybe. The Lost Dungeon set, I bought that. It was only eight and a half bucks. You get 6 pieces or something. Actually, I think it's 7. You get a foundation, a ceiling piece which looks exactly the same as the foundation, a wall which looks exactly the same as the foundation, a door which looks exactly the same as the foundation but with a hole for a door in it, and another one that looks exactly the same as the foundation but with a hole in it for a window, and an actual door to go in the door frame. That's all you get. Oh, and you get the curved arch, the curved pipe thing, that thing. I haven't bothered doing a video on it because it's not worth it. But the fact that this armor set, which was $12, is busted. It appears to only be for females, because as you can see here with the armor sets, as you can see here, there's the armor on that one and the armor on that one. But the men, as you can see, they both still got the display dummy legs. But if you come over to the females, this one here still has the wooden legs. This one here, it turns to flesh. Somewhere, because I know exactly what they've done, but like, I don't know what terminology you're using or that, because they're not in brackets layering the clothes. It doesn't place, for example, that loincloth doesn't place over the top of your character. What they do is they transparent or hide or cull, however they want to say it, the parts of the body that would clip through the clothing. And then the clothing actually has either the legs, the arms, or whatever attached to it. And there is a seam, well, you can clearly see it there, about halfway up the leg. There'd be another one about halfway down the arm. I think it's about there, where the dot is. There's one at the neck. It's around the collar. And there's one around the midsection, around the hip. And they cull out the parts that will clip, and the clothing piece has, in brackets, those attached. Now, these ones here are set correctly, so it's saying, okay, mannequin, or display case, whatever. It's saying it's fine for the men. But for the women, It's displaying the man legs. So if I just thing up here, I showed it in a thing before. Oh yeah, because you can't look from behind of these things. I'm trying to get there. You can see this the skin on the legs. That's a mannequin. You should not be able to see skin. Now, just to put a note on this as well, the mannequins are literally just an NPC with no AI set to that pose with the wood texture on it. They could make that, give us a skin for that to make it flesh. They could give us a skin for that to make it stone, whatever. It's just an NPC with a wooden texture. That's all it is, with no animations. They could let us animate them. They could make it so we can walk up to it, press and hold square, and choose emote in here. Because they are an NPC just standing there. Now, there could be extra coding there or whatever that they've done to make it be able to display it. But the fact that they cannot display dyed stuff, or glimmered stuff, or glammed, or whatever you want to call it, is a little iffy, because you can do that on your character. You can do it on your thralls. It's the same with the golems. The golems are just a reskinned NPC, or a person reskinned to look like a golem. That's what annoys me, that we cannot use our thralls to go gather wood, our thralls to go gather stone. I would have preferred that over the golems night and day. So the fact that the $12.50, it's $12, I think it was $12.95 in my region for this armor. You get the helmet, chest piece, the pants, boots, braces, a sword, and a shield. That's it. And as you can see, the skirt part's broken. But it appears to be only, because as you can see, on the male, it's still showing the correct legs, but on the female, it's showing the flesh legs. So that they've incorrectly flagged, I believe that's the term they would use it, flagged the legs as whatever. The tag system on the legs are incorrect. It's not flagging as that's on a female, that's on a male, that's on a ripped or a I can't remember what that would call it, the smooth or the bulgy body types. It's just like place man legs. So for $12.50, nearly $13, that's not good enough. So now that that's out of the way, over here. Now in the battle pass, if I bring it up, battle pass, there. When you get to level 24, there's a tent. And as I was saying to one of the guys I play with, depending on what size it is. If it's massive, it's not going to be useful. If it's too small, it needed to be around about, in my opinion, a 3x3 foundation size-ish to be useful. A little bit bigger, a little bit smaller. But this here is the tent. It's great that you can go inside of it, but it's 8x9 foundations. If you do not have a flat ground, it will not be aligned or clip. You need a big space to place it. Just to give you an example, it's placed here because nowhere out here is there enough space that is flat enough for it to be placed. So unless I build foundations and place it on the foundations, in which case I would need to go 8 wide, 9 deep. Or 9 wide, 8 deep. It doesn't matter which way you do it. In that case, I might as well build a building. And people are going, oh, but you got it for nothing, it's in the battle pass. It's like, well, I didn't get it for nothing. I gave them money for the battle pass. So far, these emotes, they're all broken. They do not work. This item can be found in the emotes menu when claimed. It's claimed. It's got the little green tick. All of them. I said it the other day. I thought I'd wait until I unlocked the ones that are paid to see if they work. Because the first one, if you go back here, is a free one. So I thought maybe they're just ripping off the people that get it for free. And it even says on the top right, claimed. Okay, so I'll wait until I unlock one that is paid, and we'll see if that works. No. So, for example, what would you call that? None shall pass emote? We'll call it a none shall pass. I should better go... Oop, wrong button. That. And it should be in here somewhere. I've gone through. Great. I don't see anything there. There's bow. Come over here. Halt. That is a paid for. So it's not in there. We'll try miscellaneous. Backflip. Actually, I wonder if that'll bug out. Yep, it's bugged out. There you go. Just to show you, I'll do it again. Miscellaneous. Backflip. Fun comp. Alright. Miscellaneous again. We've got surrender, play dead, sick, warm hands. Thought the fan thing, which has the weird ghosties on the actual thing. But there is no conversation maybe. I've looked through every single one. I have not found anywhere in here taunt. Those emotes are not there. Celebrate. Expression. Worship. They are not there. Dance. And flirt is just flirt. There's, you know, the little thing. So it is not there. I thought, okay, maybe it's on a thrall. So if we come in here. So I have a thrall. Excuse the nudity. Maybe it's in her inventory. Emotes. Miscellaneous. It's not there. Sit. It's not there. Relax. It's not there. Celebrate. Not there. Expression. Not there. Extort is a paid thing. Dance. It's not there. Taunt. It's not there. And conversation. It's not there. The emotes are not there. So you do the battle pass to unlock the emote, one of which is free, so but that's not the point. It's like, why are they not working? I have one there which is shall not pass. I have the one that's further down which is the sword practice, I think it's called. Sword training. Shall not pass. And the axe. Flourish. Unless it's an idle animation, in which case it should say it's an idle animation. It's not in the emote menus. I've looked through the options to see there's an emote menu. Other than that, I cannot find one. Oh, they are black textures. Oh, cleared up. So the tent is too big. You need a massive area to place it. You need 8 by 9 foundations. The 12, we'll say $13 armor is critically broken on the females. The emotes in the battle pass are not there. You unlock them, but you can't use them because they're not showing up in the emotes. And if I pull out, for example, I don't have an axe on me, do I? Or a sword? Two-handed sword? No. I don't have the tool that. Oh, hang on, no, one was a sword, wasn't it? Yeah. So if I pull that out, because one of them was the sword training, right? Will my character do a sword training emote while sitting on it? We'll see. We'll see. Was it just okay? She's gonna stand there, doing the usual, the stand there, you know, the sassy pose. doesn't appear to be. There's also an issue with swimming. I'll show you that in a second. No, she doesn't appear to be doing an emote with the sword in her hand. So I don't know. Yeah, 8x9 for this. If you bought the battle pass, 8x9 foundations. That's the square you need of flat area for this to be able to be placed. Ideally, you need a little bit bigger, but minimum is 8x9. I built a square, placed it down, and removed to the smallest I could, where everything was still on the foundations, and it was 8x9. Now, without being able to pull up, you know, code and stuff like that, with the, if I look up skirt here, the underwear, the hips, the legs, down to the point where you can see the seam there, on your character is one section of the body, which can be culled, and they cull that when you wear the other thing. But when they're not showing the correct legs, like here, if you look at the man, it's so hard to do without. Okay, let's try it there. Okay, you can clearly see he's got wooden legs all the way. On the standard one, wooden legs all the way. A normal outfit or armor, wooden legs all the way, but this particular one, at the seam there, and at the top part, because if I take the top off, the top is fine. As you can see, there's nothing poking at the top. Hang on, let's just jump up here and have a look. See if we can peek down there. No, because they've got the actual. Oh, you can. Yeah, you can see it a little bit around the front where my dot is now. You can see a little bit of skin. They've put the male torso part for that part. It hasn't been flagged or tagged correctly, saying this is to be a female of whatever my character is. Slim, fit, whatever body type you want to call it. So, when you put that on, the arms still stay wooden, so the top part's fine. The gloves and the boots seem to be fine. And the helmet seems to be fine. It's just the hip, that part there. There are other little bugs, but nothing major. But if we come down to water, which is miles away. It's annoying because they teased the Amazonian DLC. The thing was going to come out, and everyone's semi-hyped for that. And then they go, "Oh, we're only joking, ha ha, lol." It's like, that's not a joke. Jokes are funny. That is moronic. And then they released this. The treasures are buggy. I will quickly explain that in a second as well. And there's issues galore, and none of the other problems have. Oh, the statues are here today. None of the other issues have been fixed. So the black textures, stuff like that. I was on yesterday, I think it was the day before, and these two statues were gone again. They were invisible. You can't walk through them, but they weren't there. Okay. When you swim, I'm gonna have to be quiet for this section. But when you're swimming, when I walk, listen to the footsteps. Sandy-ish sound. When I walk in the water. Okay. Now when I'm swimming. Okay. Tell me you hear that. When your character is treading water, it makes a stepping in dirt sound. Or sand sound. It didn't before the Age of War. So that introduced another bug. But without going into every last little bug, every last little issue, because they've fucked up a lot, including the pricing still, and including things like that, you unlock them but you don't get them and stuff like that. Without getting into much detail on those, there is a couple of good features that was added, or they implemented, or activated. I say that with air quotes. No, doesn't appear to be a in-game chat text thingy. It's there, it's just not active yet. Because I've seen it pop up. There was a bug at one point where it kept popping up. But us on console, we're not keyboard warriors, so we don't need to type everything out. We just jump into game chat and say you're a fucking idiot, or dude, it's over there. Whatever we've got to say, we say it in game chat, because we've got a headset on with a mic, and they've got a headset on with a mic, and anyone who says they don't have a mic, considering the Xbox and the PlayStation, both, you can plug any headset in there, excluding the Apple ones that are cordless. You can plug any one of those in there and it works. It won't sound the best, but it works. So anyone who's on a PlayStation or an Xbox and says, "Oh, I don't have a headset," bullshit. 99% of phones come with headsets that can be plugged into your controller. But without getting onto that, we do have new features in the menus. So let's just quickly bring up the menus and go to settings. Okay. This part here has not changed. The field of view slider is still there. It's still accessed via the main menu before you jump into a server. Once you've jumped into the server, I don't believe you can activate it. You have to activate it before you get into a server. Choose performance over the other one, and you should be golden. It should come up with the slider. Turn the motion blur off. That's still there. Thank fuck. Gamma, just GUI. All that adjust GUI safe zone is if your icons are showing as off screen, adjust that smaller. It'll fix all those problems. But if we scroll to the right, that's all still the same. That's all still the same. And they're all still pretty much the same. This, on the other hand, has changed. We can now keybind. So you can now choose what buttons do what in the game. So if you don't like the fact that L3 is run, you can change that. You just got to be aware, like with all the other games, like Bethesda games, that lets you keybind. If you keybind something, for example, if you keybind sprint to circle, circle is right now, or B on the Xbox, is right now it's dismount or dodge. So you don't want to bind run to circle, because running that to dodge, you're going to dodge and run at the same time. It does not compute. But things that we haven't been able to access that we can now access are like the vanity camera, as you can see, second one down. Toggle first person, vanity camera, and cancel. It used to be when placing a gate or building and you cannot get it to place, but just switch to vanity camera. A lot of people have said that you can rotate the camera around your character and stuff like that. We could not access that because they didn't have a binding for it. We can now bind it. So right now I've got it set so I can hold down. I'm now in vanity camera. So if I have the camera facing back like this, if I walk forward, the camera will stay backwards. I'm actually pushing the stick forward. I'm not pushing it towards the camera, I'm pushing it where I'm walking. Because it still works as if you're controlling your character normally. It's just that where the camera is where the camera is. And then you can cancel it out. Same with anything else. For example, it used to be, or it is, tap left or tap right for either map or your shitty wheel for the stuff. I've put it on hold. So if I tap, oh, you didn't even hear it click, nothing happens. If I hold it, I can bring up the menus. So I'm not forever accidentally bringing these menus up. Same with the map. I have to hold it for a split second, brings the map up. It's so much better and so much more user-friendly. And the extra options, simple things like creative mode. Now I'm in creative mode. The owner has okayed it, but if I go to fly mode, and you get the slow fly, there's the slow fly. This is me flat out flying. I can now tap up on the D-pad, and I can speed my fly up. I'm not running. I've just sped up the walk one. Same with when you're turning. When you turn your character, you can tap left and right to change the speed of them. And it's like, we couldn't do that before because we didn't have the binding options. It's like, they obviously are listening. It's just whether they care or not is the thing. Because if they cared, I can give them a list of shit that they should be adding to the game. And this whole nerfing the Crom Sword because PvPers got the shits because they tried to raid someone's base and that person had filled all their thralls with Crom Swords and they got the arse handed to them. That's part of PvP. It's like, if you can't cope with that, get good, as the saying goes. Don't nerf the Crom Sword. But now that when the thralls use it, it's useless. So we have to find something else. So what do you want us to do? Grab gas orbs, explosives and stuff like that. So when we blow you up instead of freaking killing you with a Crom Sword? Is that what you'd rather? But apparently now there's a bug with the Crom Sword where you can infinitely swing it if you get the right perks. Wow, these PvPs are never fucking happy, and they're wrecking the game. Because Conan isn't a PvP game. Like, yeah, there is a PvP mode, and if you want a PvP you can, but it's also not a PvE game. It's a survival game. And I'm sorry, like, survival games are usually player versus environment. And it just so happens that other players are part of that environment. So, this whole nerfing the Crom Sword because one person got slaughtered when they tried to raid someone's base because their thralls had Crom Swords. Stiff titty. Man up, or woman up if you're a female, and deal with it. Or as I've heard the saying, build a bridge and get over it. Instead of bitching the phone call and having them nerf the sword, get good. Work out a way to get it. Don't get within striking distance of the Crom Sword. It's that simple. Yeah. So without getting into like all the nitty gritties, like I said, I could turn around and say like there are lots of problems, lots of little problems, lots of stuff that's missing that should be added, features that need to be added, content that should have been added and wasn't added, and stuff that they added that they shouldn't added. But I spoke about the invisible stuff. In fact, if we've got one here, I think we do. Oh, little one, I heard him. I've spoken about the invisible creatures. I know it might have been that getting killed. Okay. I'm just going to show you, because I almost lost the thrall. I ran, but the thrall wasn't defend me. So the thrall was sitting there trying to I was spamming, come here, come here, come here, and it was just taking a sweet ass time coming. And because this thrall was like a pain in the ass to get, and it's like, I didn't want to lose it to a fucking invisible creature. Let's fly a bit quicker. Come over here. There's Narrow Neck, so everyone knows where it is. There's Narrow Neck. We've got this streak of beach here, which lots of people build on. Then we've got a little area other side that's got some crocs, you know, annoyances and stuff like that. That stuff's all fine. You can see them. Like if you look at in here, you can see all the thralls. That's just not invisible. But when you come over to, actually, it's TP. It'd be quicker to TP, won't it? It is, if I remember correctly, on the map. It should be about there somewhere. Now, it's the same as in offline. Yeah, I'm online right now, but in offline mode it's still the same. Okay, let me just turn chat on so people can chat. Yeah. There. There. Thing is, it shouldn't be that hard to fix. Okay, he should be around here somewhere. Wait, is that him there? No, he's visible. The only tip I can give people for this problem is use lock on. So that's why there's the servers with no lock on. Oh, there he is, right there. It's a one skull boss guy. And because I ran through here, so I didn't see him because, like, without seeing his health bar, you point him out. You point out that turtle. So I had my thrall with me. I can run through here. I've come up here to get iron, and I'm sitting there wailing on a rock with my pick, going whack, whack, whack. You know. But also I'm encumbered because I'm mining stuff. And then he turns up, the invisible turtle. Luckily, he smacked my thrall, not me, or I would have, because this server isn't slightly hard. Juster, I'll call you that for now. The porting part's not the problem; it's the testing. I think I said it the other day. They don't have a public test server for consoles. They can do it. They say they can't, but they can. If PlayerUnknown's Battleground can do it, and all these other game companies can do it, they can do it. It's not that hard. You bought the game. When you buy the game, you have access to a code that allows you to download a different version, which is the test version, and every time you boot it up, it goes, this is the test version. It could be buggy. It could crash a lot. It could have issues. Big ass warnings. PUBG does it all the time. Gets more updates, but it's buggier. It's that simple. And then if you have an issue, have a button you can click on, report a bug, and have that not be a go to their website. Have it be a thing where you can actually fill out a little bit of text going, I cannot see my boss turtle that is attacking me. Send, and have it go through. But even if they don't do that, surely at Funcom HQ or at the testing quarters or wherever the hell they test this game, tell me it's not just a big stack of PCs lined up. Tell me there's at least a couple of PlayStations, a couple of Xboxes. Because if they're not testing it at all on the consoles, which would explain why everything's all fucked. Yeah, so I ran past here, past the invisible boss turtle. 100% of the time he's invisible. The elephants up in the savannah are invisible. I ran through here, going, okay, I don't want to be over there, because I suspected there could be a boss or something over there, but I ran around. So it's like, okay, surely he hasn't seen me. Oh no, the invisible stuff, yes and no. It wasn't this bad before the update. It's gotten worse since the update. It used to be the little red goblins, the imps. But now it's the elephants and everything. I was mining these iron up, and he came around the rock. My thrall was standing right here. He hit my thrall, and the second I heard that, I stopped. I tried to run. I was encumbered, and gamer panic. I'm going to lose a thrall. Yeah, because if I bring up here, go to the savannah. Here. This is the biggest one. It wasn't like this before the update. There's a boss elephant called Thunderfoot. I had the daily challenge to kill it. Right now, I spawned right on top of him. Let's see if we can hear him. Oop. Oop. Where? Okay, that's a normal one. I cannot see the normal elephant. Kudo. Oh! He's here somewhere. There he is there. That's Thunderfoot. Now, it's hard enough to fight something that's invisible. But there's also an issue of when they go back to their spawn location or home, air quotes, that they regen health. So I sat here, pulling out my sword, wailing on him, because my daily challenge for 150 times 10 in the battle pass was to kill this, where is he? That elephant. Yes, it's an elephant. We know this is an elephant because before this update you could see him. So I'm sitting here wailing on him. Every now and then stopping, doing the lock on, standing back. Okay, there's his health bar, how much have I killed him by? Right? Then I'm swinging off, all of a sudden I'm not hitting him. It's like, okay. So I've tried to snap onto him, and he was like over there, and I was over like there. He'd run back to his home. I didn't know this because he's invisible, and he regened his health. Yes, Conan's Tavern, since the battle pass was added, all his furniture's been invisible. The basement, the surrounding of the door in the basement, in the wine cellar, that is invisible. The surroundings of the wall. The wine cellar's racking, that's all invisible. I haven't seen the furniture in Conan's place since they introduced the whole battle pass system. The invisible wall and everything in the basement, I think it was around about chapter 2 or 3. These invisible creatures, it was only ever the imps and an occasional rock nose. It's now also the elephants, both variants, standard and boss things. It's like, if you're a person that's just come onto this game, going, oh yeah, let's try it out, and you've run up through here going, oh yeah, I might go to the north, because this is a favourite area to run through, to go through the passages just up here, to go north. This boss elephant, he's gonna fuck you up. It's gonna be a rage quit moment. A 3-skull boss elephant. Especially on this server, because it's extra hard. The creatures and the enemies hit harder on this server I'm on now. It's like, you don't stand a chance coming, especially if you bump into him, in brackets. Because you can't look at a distance and go, oh yeah, the elephant there, and an elephant over there, I can run straight through the middle. Because you can't see them. Just luckily the friggin' white tiger's still visible. So the battle pass has, oh my god, the battle pass, to be honest, if you're not paying for it, don't even bother leveling up. There is nothing in there worth getting. Because let's look at the battle pass, and I'm only going to look at the free stuff for now. So if you do not buy the battle pass, you get an emote that does not work. It's not available. You cannot use it as the first free one. Then you get free ammo for a trebuchet. So if you're a PvEer, or you're just out grinding and you level up and you claim that, those 3 boulders go straight into your inventory. You're encumbered. Congratulations on leveling up, you're encumbered. Some stickers, again, no one cares about the stickers. I don't care who you are, no one cares. Stop giving us stickers. An axe, that's a maybe. It's free, it's a maybe. And then we come across here, then we've got tapestry. It's a picture. Whoop-de-doo. Okay, figurines are maybe, it's decorative stuff. Then you got the tent. 8x9. Foundation. Another one. Ammo, again, and all it's going to do is encumber you. In my opinion, the game has massive potential. Massive potential. But when they let things like invisible creatures, overpriced shit in the battle pass, that kind of stuff, when that takes priority instead of fixing the problems, it's like it's not going to go anywhere. And the annoying thing is, it's not just Funcom that are doing this sort of shit. I used to play another game called Dreams. They're doing the same. They don't care about the gamer. They just do what they want, and we have to deal with it. Dam Buster with Dead Island 2. They're withholding co-op for PS4 and Xbox One on purpose. Like, there's no reason for it. They're just withholding it because they want to. CD Projekt won't give current gens, PS4 and Xbox One, the Cyberpunk that they bought. It's not performing and is incorrect. All these companies just don't care. I'm the same. This game, I was playing it on early access on the Xbox, and I saw the potential. It had, like, I can see, being on a server with, I don't know, 20 people, having a community, playing it, enjoying it, just doing, like, not necessarily roleplay, but escapism, escaping your life and being in this world for however long you're playing it with your friends and people that you can just fuck around with. Because you can have your PvP arenas, you can have your little town built up, and your shop. If they gave us shopping thralls, shopkeeper thralls, we could set up shops and we could trade with each other. They hinted that might be coming. But can we really do that with invisible shit? And the armor, $13, and it's broken. Every last item in the bazaar, they need to reduce to half the price of what it is right now. Because $13 for a broken armor set. I used to pay $15. I would get all the building pieces, all the weapons, and all the armors. One armor set, $2 less, and it's broken. And more creatures are invisible. And all the mountains are black when you first load them in. Actually, I could probably... Hang on, we'll see if I can get it to... If I go to first... I've noticed it happens like this sometimes too. If you go to first person, and then you open your inventory... I didn't do it. Do I have a second bottom? Yes. I've got the broken bottoms. Let's equip them. I'd be in first person doing stuff, and then I'd switch out of first person. It didn't do it. And my whole armor set's black. There's no color in it. There's no textures in it. Nothing. It's just black. I was like, what the fuck? I don't think they so much nerfed them, because their healths and everything is still about the same. But they need to stop. Don't touch the thralls anymore. Leave the thralls alone. The thralls are fine how they are. The problem isn't with the thralls, it's with us, the player. If, for example, my character right now, I've got what, 300, we'll say 300 health, average. Somewhere about 280, I'm at what, 320, somewhere like 360. But 300 health. A thrall, they get in the thousands. Don't bring the thralls' healths down, raise ours up. That will make things like going past an invisible boss elephant not be a death sentence. He could hit you twice and you'd survive. Instead of being a one hit, you just running down there and pop. Something invisible's killed you. It's like, what the fuck? That's it, rage quit, throw the controller through the window. It's like, you'd go, oh, I got hit by something, you better back away, get a breather, spam your lock on, and see what's attacked you. Let's see if I can find this out. There it is, down there. Oh, it's not him. This is the normal one. But the meta for Conan shouldn't be slowly walk around the map, spamming lock on. Um, the I believe the Taskmaster you have. I'm not 100% sure exactly how they've done it now. I believe the way that it works now is that the thrall that's on the bench and the type of bench you use can determine the amount of health slash abilities and stuff like that the thrall comes out with. So if it's like a shitty number tier 1 wheel and you get a noob thrall on it and throw it on there, it'll be base. If you've got the top tier wheel with a top tier Taskmaster and you put a thrall on there, I believe it comes out better. Same with the armor benches and the blacksmith tables and stuff like that. If you just make an armor bench with no thrall and it's the bottom tier armor bench, it'll have base stats. But then if you place a top tier bench down, the extra ones, not the improved one, but the ones above that, what do they call them? The garrison and something else. You place one of them and put a named armor on there, and then your armor will come out with better stats. So you'll have like better protection, better durability. It might be cheaper to make or something like that. So that's the way that they've done it. And I think that's why it seems like the thralls are shittier now. Because let's face it, if you want something really, really good when it comes to thralls, you've got to go way north, get yourself a good Taskmaster, especially on an official server. Wait 2 or 3 days for it to break, hope that no one steals it out of your bench, then get that Taskmaster, go back up north again and get the thrall you want, so an archer or a fighter or a bear or something. Take him to your wheel, put that good Taskmaster on it, then put the good thrall in there, and then wait the 2 or 3 days for it to break on an official server, and then hope no one steals it again. So it's like, people really don't want to do that. Hence the reason I play on this server. The server's open to the public, people can play on it. It's on the PlayStation. It's a friendly, light hardcore server. So your food doesn't go down, your food's standard, your hunger stays standard, your water's reduced a bit so you don't get thirsty as quick. Enemies do more damage, but everything else is about the same, and I believe harvest is set currently at, I think it's 3 times. So it's 3 times harvest, so that if you're on here and you can only come on the weekends, or you only get an hour or 2 a night or whatever you can jump on, you're not going, okay, I need to go north, let's go to Asgarth. Wow, what a shithole that is now. Let's say the old Asgarth where there was good thralls there. Oh, I want to go there and grab it. So you're going to come through the desert and you get killed by the friggin' boss, the invisible boss elephant. It's like, then you're going to come back, get your gear, hope that he doesn't get you again, then finish going north to get the thralls you want. So on this server, if you come up here, at the moment you only drop your backpack. So the gear you've got equipped, you don't drop, but anything in your backpack you drop. So if you run up here and he kills you, like any supplies you're carrying, like all your backpacks up, that'll drop. But you'll keep, for example, I'll keep this, the armor I've got on, my sword and stuff like that, I'll keep that. I can come back and at least I'm not defenseless. If you're playing on an official server and you get stomped by that elephant, you've got to come back butt naked, unless you're on an American server then with your loincloth on, to get your gear back from an invisible elephant. That's a boss elephant. That is not a light hitter. He doesn't love tap you. He smacks the shit out of you. Oh no, we still get relic hunters. Not quite 3K, but we've had some that are a little bit higher than 1700. We got one, was it before this update? It was after this update. Because we got one from, it wasn't Relic Hunter, I think it was the Den or something like that, and he was near on 2K. But yeah, they have given us the options in the settings to what you drop when you die, so that is good. And the key bindings does help. The stamina can be adjusted by the server owner. So anyone who's got an admin privilege, like this whole new stamina setup they've got where you use more stamina now, but it regens quicker. If you don't like that, you can actually set it up so it's similar to what it was before. So it's like, fuck your changes, Funcom. I prefer it the old way. But things like, there's no setting in the options that we can turn visibility of elephants on and off. So we can't change that back to the way it was. Conan furniture, there's no setting in the options for Conan furniture, on or off. We can't. It's even more annoying because it's actually there. It's still there, it's just invisible. It's fucking annoying because you bump into it. Because the last time I was there, I was trying to get thralls. I was trying to get dancers. And getting onto that stage where those dancers are is a pain in the ass. Because you dodge the fucking invisible shit. Even with the orbs, it's not a pain in the ass. Oh yeah, there's another issue. Purple lotus orbs require black lotus flowers to make. There's purple lotuses in the game. Why is it called a purple lotus orb if it doesn't use purple lotuses? Okay. Yeah, so we're down at Conan's place. Let's run around to it. All the people at the front loaded straight away. Yeah, so these sometimes take a while to load in. So there's the princess from Mechamosis's place. That's another thing that fucked up. You can't hand skulls in anymore. There's nowhere to hand a skull in. So if you get a sorcerer's skull or a magi skull, they're useless. They are actually useless now. But yeah, as you can see, like his it's Gamer Dude will 100% agree with me here. It's been that long. Like I watched a PC gamer the other day, and it's that's what the furniture fucking looks like. There's a counter here somewhere. There's a stool right where I'm bumping into it there. There's another stool here. And I think this is a curved counter if I remember correctly. No, it's a straight counter. And I think there's another counter here. No, that might just be on a barrel or something. So, but I shouldn't have to bump into shit to try and figure out what's there. But yeah, I tried to get some of these. It's like, okay, can I get like, if I'm in a rush, there's no way I'm getting in there quickly. And just a torch on me? No, it's gonna be dark in there, isn't it? Yep. That's not how you spell glow, duh. That's how you spell glow. Just so you can see what I'm talking about. Because I don't know whether Gamer Dude's noticed this, but when you come into here, this is the bit that confuses me. Like the Conan's place, like does anyone really go into Conan's place? But then they added the princess in there, so surely when they tested it, they made sure she was not clipping into the counter or something. So, didn't you notice the counter was invisible? So if I pull out my torch, you spawn in looking at the door. The surrounding of the door is missing. Now, I believe it's still actually there. Like, if I get an arrow and shoot it at the gap, hang on so I can see where I'm shooting. It still hits stuff. So, I think there's still a wall there, it's just invisible. Same with this stuff that's holding all this up. It's just invisible. But all these barrels, like they're just floating on nothing. Oh, and that's not to mention up at Mounds of the Dead, the inside out stuff. Or the volcano. Actually, yeah, let's Let's go check the volcano, because I don't go into the actual well of the volcano anymore because it annoys the living shit out of me. If we go to here, the load screen. You get a load screen that shows the well of the volcano and two staircases, curved staircases going up. Those staircases, in the game, the one on the right is still correct, but the one on the left is inside out. Let's put that torch away. Down to here, one more floor? Yep, one more floor. Okay, bed here somewhere. Yeah, so this staircase is fine. They haven't fixed it. This one is inside out. The text is... it's reverse culled. Video games use a thing called backface culling, so that the stuff that's on the inside isn't rendered. This is outside culling. You can see the inside textures, but at the outside... it's like, Funcom! This is the main structure! When you come into the volcano, you either come from up there, you know, you come around there, come across here. Sometimes you bridge across there, sometimes you try and do the, you know, jumping across the lava rocks and stuff like that, but you come running into here, and you go, oh, okay, am I going into the well, or am I going up to get thralls? Okay, there's two thralls there, and there's two thralls up there, but hang on, what's to go with the stairs? Inside out. Inside out. And Mountains of the Dead has basically the same sort of issue at... where am I going? Over here this way. I have noticed, I watched a PC player and they've got it as well. So it's not that they're not looking, it's not that they're not testing the consoles correctly, it's the fact that they're not testing any correctly. Because there's another one up here when it loads in. Okay, most people know this guy here. You come up to here, he tells you about how people are a fucking pack of idiots. This rock is inside out. This rock is inside out. This rock is inside... this rock is inside out. That one's inside out. It's like... Funcom! What are you fucking doing? And the mound that's... I think it's this one? No. This one. I think it's this one. This bench here used to be inside out. They fixed this one. Now half the other fucking rocks are inside out. Actually, there's the one that's got a bench that's in a similar spot that's now inside out. So... yeah, I think it's one of these benches that's in one of the other mounds that are inside out. Wait, was that ghost missing body parts? I think it was. Like, I want to say to people, buy Conan, play Conan, it's a great game, like, give it a go. So, but it's getting harder and harder to say that. It's like... same with Dreams. I wanted to say to people, buy Dreams. Dreams is a great game. But when they start disregarding the gamer base and the creators and the players and going like, let's just do this. It's like, did anyone ask for half the shit they add? No. Grabbing treasure. Actually, there's one nearby. I can actually show an issue with this one and how to get around it. The mound that's... this one? No. I think it's this one here. think it's this one. Wait, there's... No, it's not this one, because this has got relic hunters in it. I do believe these are all new guys, because this never used to have guys in it. Not even gonna start talking about thralls wailing on shit with their fucking weapons. That's getting fucking old. Yeah, it's not this, it's just not the blockage. Must have been the other one. Must be this one up here. But it's one that's got whites in it. Yeah, it was this one here, because there's the blockage there. There was a treasure chest in here, which is not currently in here. I picked it up and walked over here and it's like, okay, if you jump, you drop it. How do you get over here without jumping? You have to kind of move at speed and then jump, and then hope that it drops it here. It's better pick it up. But I've had a treasure chest up here for your treasury. But the fact that I couldn't even get out with it because... Oh, I could. I eventually figured it out. But it's like, you can't jump with them because you do anything, run, jump, dodge, you drop it. And right at this moment in the game, anything you stick in your treasure room, it gets teleported down to the ground. So if you build it on... You build it 5 stories up, and you place all your treasure at 5 stories up, like all the statues and stuff, when you relog or the server restarts, they're on the ground, it's on the bottom floor. I've had them inside my floor, in my house on Noob River. I could not place furniture down or whatever because the tops of them were poking through the floor. But yet they were supposed to be up on the 3rd floor. Yeah, so so right as it stands right now, the battle pass, for people who do not buy the battle pass, it is pointless. Like there is nothing you unlock for free that is worth unlocking. Oh, you could turn around and say, okay, maybe there's a couple of statues, because the statues, they're only statues. They don't do anything. But it's better than nothing. But a wall hanging does exactly the same as a statue, but at least the statue's a statue. That's a wall hanging. And then the boulders, yeah, it's fine. It's fine if you're a PvPer. You get 3 boulders. Anyone who's used the trebuchet, unless you've dialed it in, it's going to take you about 6 shots to get your aim right. 3 boulders ain't going to cut it. And the fact that it doesn't go, okay, you can build these. No. It's like, you complete a challenge, you level up, you claim your level up, you're at 99% encumbrance. Hell, you're at 20% encumbrance. 3 boulders, that's it, you're encumbered, you can't run. The average person is going to throw them on the ground. Go, I can run again. And then the emote, for level, I think it was 3? Yeah, 3. These emotes don't work. They're not showing up anywhere. It's like, what the fuck? So, the battle pass is fucked. It's shit. Then we can go to the bazaar. Again, that one there is 1,295 Crom coins. I think. So in my region, that's $12.95. Averaging it out. If you buy more Crom coins, they're a little bit cheaper. If you buy less, a little bit dearer. But not getting into that mathematical, averaging out in my region, just short of $13 for that armor set, and the bottoms are busted. $16 for that. $8.50 for the dungeon, and I'm just gonna remember to pull this down. Still legitimate. If I pull out this and go to building, just to show you what you get in this for $8.50. Let's quickly go over here. Okay, so we've got a ceiling piece, a ceiling frame, if you want to call it that, a door frame, foundation, a window frame, and a wall. Now the wall, the ceiling, and the foundation are all exactly the same, excluding slight texture differences. So if I grab this for example, let's move it up a bit. It's got like a cobbled look on the side and more like a slabby look on the top. This one actually is tagged as a foundation, so it's supporting. Then you have a ceiling piece which isn't, as you can see, if I come over here, isn't supporting. It cannot be placed on the ground. It has to snap to something. But does that look familiar? No. Oh. Does that look familiar? It looks exactly the same. The only difference is that is not flagged as a foundation. It's not supporting. Then we've got walls. And again, these ones do not support. They have to be snapped to something. Now if I place that here, now if I do that, they look familiar. The sides, because they're exactly the same as that, maybe scaled up slightly so it fits without the little slab at the top, but the top is the same as the sides. So that's 3 cubes that are almost exactly the same for $8.50. Okay, now let's try the window, shall we? Let's put the window on top of that one. Oh, surprise, surprise, there's another cube. So the walls look exactly the same, except for the fact it's got a window in it. And a window that goes all the way through like this. And for the record, I tested for all the decorators, but I'll show you anyway. Lights, smaller one, candle. You cannot put anything in there, in the hole. So, yay for that. And then you get the door, which again is exactly the same as the window, but with a door frame on each side. Actually, I should say a door hole on each side and a frame or a hinge area on one side. So this side here where I'm at now can be, a door can be placed here, but you cannot place a door on this side. Then of course you get the door, which as you can see snaps to there but not to this side, so you can get the door. And the last piece is this piece here, which is the kind of curved piece, which has the curved wall. So it's exactly the same as the wall piece, but with a hole cut in it and a grate above it. But you can't take that grate off. There's no version without the grate, so you can't make a huge tube because it's grated off at each stage. It's like, because I saw it and I've gone in the picture and gone, oh yeah, maybe I can get this and go like one there, and can I? Okay, and one there, thinking, oh yeah, have a grate at the top, have nothing there and nothing there, and have a big tube and have it so it's a drop shooter. Nah, you've got the grates on each level, and that's all you get for $8.50. But when you look at it in the shop, so they're trying to make it, you get all these cool blocks. Like even the angle there, it looks like the bottom one is just an empty tube with no grate on top. It's just they put it at an angle so you can't see the grate. The only thing I can say about this building piece is it looks different, and that's it. It's not very useful. Because I've tried. I've jumped on my offline game and just tried to build something with it. It's like, it's near on impossible. To make these blocks usable in a build, yeah, the only way this is going to be useful is if you use them as a foundation. For the tent, for example, 8x10, you build this maybe too high, and you use these pieces as, like if you build on the water, you can make it so that they've got water in them, or put your treasury in it maybe under your base, maybe, and that's about it. Other than that, they're useless. And if we do that, that one piece was supporting all of that. Yeah, so well, I'm going to call it. But hopefully Funcom or somebody sees this that can... Hopefully, like, Gamer Dude's comments, my statements, get noticed by somebody and somebody says something. Because apparently, some of the guys at Funcom do watch YouTube videos, especially if they're labelled as things like to do with Conan or whatever. They'll watch them just to see what's going on, especially if they're trending. You never know. They might watch this and go, oh, yeah, okay, he's right about the thralls, he's right about the building pieces, he's right about we've fucked up, maybe we should correct it. And with a bit of luck, maybe they'll give us the shit we want, and not the things I think we need. So, because half the stuff in here, did we really need a clan editing software that's jank as fuck on console because we don't have a cursor? No, we didn't. What we do need is for the black textures to go away, for us to be able to see the elephants again. For the even options in the menus to adjust the thralls. Have the thralls more OP, less OP. Have them do emotes. Have them do the stuff that the golems can do. That's the stuff we want. And the treasures, I couldn't find it, so I couldn't show you. You can't just walk up to them and go square or was it X on PlayStation? X on Xbox, I think. You can't do that and just automatically pick it up. You've got to hold it, interact with it, pick it up, and then if you drop it, you can just press square to pick it up. It's like, it's annoying. All they had to do was bug fixes. Yes, give us some content. 2 armors that came out straight off the bat. This is my biggest peeve right now. It reset. So I've come straight to the store. Let's check out the new shit. You have to wait a couple of days because it doesn't line up exactly. They bring out the Veneer Shaman set, which should have been Pictish. And the Pictish right dance should have been a Decado or something. I'm not going to get into that. And then the Stygian Commander set, which is broken. It's like, and I owned it. I own everything else. I own the Storm Glass. I own the secret entrances. I own the robe. I own the gibbet. I bought the dungeon. Can I now push a button to roll again to get shit I don't own, or have it so it doesn't show me the shit I own? Because I want to buy the next lot of shit, or say no, I'm not buying it and go skip. Because, like, can I skip the Veneer Shaman set? Because I'm not paying $16 for that. Skip. Right out. I'm out of here. I'll catch you all next time. See yous.